Hope, welcome. I know it's been a busy day for you on the campaign trail. So we're giving you the opportunity to talk to all of the adult members. We're going to make it nice and relaxed with the first question. What's your favorite experience or memory from the soccer world?
Oh man, well, that's very difficult, and I'm grateful for that because I have a lot of great memories to choose from.
Yeah.
What I like to tell people is that 2011 World Cup, it was in Germany, and we were the favorites to win the World Cup. I actually really thought that was going to be the year that we brought home the World Cup trophy. I believed it. I felt it.
Right.
Everything just felt great about the tournament. The stadiums in Germany, the grass fields, you could smell the dew off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a great team and great camaraderie. We were playing well together.
Right.
And if you recall, in the tournament, we ended up having a devastating loss to Japan in penalty kicks.
Mm-hmm.
And we had lost 2 different leads in the game by defensive errors. Essentially, it was defensive errors, but at the same time, what I think is beautiful about the game is in that particular game, in that moment, I realized that there was something more than sport.
Right.
And you could see it within the Japanese players, within their team. Their country just got hit by the earthquake and devastated by the tsunami.
Right.
Just a few weeks prior to the tournament. They were missing family members. They literally were playing for the pride of their country, for hope of their nation. And I truly believe that they played for something more than what we played for. And that's what I think is so beautiful about sports, is it can really transcend just the purity of soccer.
Right.
And there's so many more emotions, and it can really carry a nation. It can bring happiness into people's lives. And I get emotional thinking about it because we lost that game, but it brought hope to an entire nation.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
It was one of the most beautiful memories. And then after, I was heartbroken that we lost. I tasted victory in those, in those closing minutes. And then they tied it towards the end of the game. It was 2-2. We went to PKs. And at the end of the game, Aya Miyama came up to me, the captain of the Japanese team, and she had her head down. And, I was heartbroken. She had her head down, and she came up to me, and she said, "Hope, I feel bad celebrating. I feel bad." And I looked at her, and I said, "Aya, please celebrate. This is your moment. This may only happen once in a lifetime."
Right.
And it showed just so much beauty of an opposing player. They worried about our hearts being heartbroken, being the favorites, and it just shows just how much beauty sports can give us.
Yes.
And it was one of my most prideful moments. Not to mention my state high school championship, scoring 3 goals.
Scoring 3 goals.
Absolutely.
So that's my next question then is, what experience have you got of either playing, coaching, or being an administrator, like in the amateur game, the adult game that we look after?
Well, I've been a professional since I was, 17. I was on the national team at 17 years of age.
Wow.
The path wasn't easy for me. I was kind of in and out of rosters.
Yep.
So to kind of subsidize my income or to still be involved in the game, I did whatever I could from the grassroots level in my state of Washington, in Seattle. I coached youth and adults alike. I just remember there's so many great goalkeepers out there with not a lot of great goalkeeper coaching.
Right.
And so I found myself coaching goalkeepers from all the way from, young kids all the way up to adults.
Wow.
And that's what fed me, straight out of college. So that's kind of how I made a living. So I was very involved in the game back in the state of Washington. I continued to do some coaching when I moved to Sweden, to play in Sweden, and then also in France. So I've been able to coach a lot of different age groups. I've been involved in the game at various different levels.
Perfect. Now, U.S. soccer, how do you think that U.S. soccer could help grow the adult amateur game and get more teams to actually affiliate? So there's a lot of soccer out there, but how can U.S. soccer help us to get more of those into the soccer family, into the federation
I've got to
family?
be honest with you, Duncan. As I continue to make all my phone calls state to state and all the different associations, whether it's the youth and the adult, I've learned about so many of the struggles and the issues, and I actually feel naive a little bit, not knowing the struggles of the adult associations, because here I am fighting day in and day out for gender equity. I fight injustices. I believe in equality across the board. And then I didn't understand until recently all the discrimination that goes on with our adult leagues.
Yeah.
So you talk about gender discrimination, there's also age discrimination. And I've seen it time and time again. So my eyes are really open to discrimination in general, but I didn't realize what was going on in the adult leagues. And it broke my heart to have all these calls, because here I'm so excited to share the game with everybody. It's the world's game. It should be a part of our communities. And then I make these phone calls, and people are not happy about where the game is headed, and they're not happy about their opportunities that are given. And the access to fields, the better refereeing and educating our referees, especially in the adult league. There are a lot of issues that we have to address, and the Federation can do a much better job of helping the youth as well as the adult leagues. I mean, there's $150 million in surplus funds, and they have to be used. Their mission statement is to be the preeminent sport, for soccer to be the preeminent sport in the United States. That doesn't mean that we can only invest in the youth. We need everybody playing the game. It's a global game. So to create that soccer culture, we need everybody playing. And what I've also learned is, I'm 36 years old. I still want to compete competitively. So I want a place to go when I'm 40 years old. To compete not just in my neighborhood backyard. I want tournaments. I want great grass fields. I don't want to, break my leg or get hurt on the rocks in the field. So we all need places to play. And so U.S. Soccer can do a much better job of really building the game here in America across all levels. And they're not doing it.
So it's Saturday morning in Orlando. You win the election. Sunday morning when you wake up, what's your top 3 priorities as the president?
The top 3 priorities. Well, I would take the surplus of funds. I would make sure that each state association gets X amount of funds for their youth, for their adult programs. We have the money to do that. Each state association at that point in time would be able to use the funds for what's most important to them. Each state has different obstacles. I spoke to the North Carolina Adult Association. They don't have a problem finding fields to play in. Other states do. So I want each state to be responsible for figuring out where those funds should go. That goes along with reaching out to our youth, making it more diverse, reaching out to the underprivileged communities, so we can really take those funds and subsidize the youth as well as the adult, all of the state associations. This is one of the first things I would do. I want to be the global leader in every realm. I think the mission statement for U.S. soccer to be the preeminent sport in the United States is a little narrow-minded. I think we should be the global leader in every single area. We're a huge country. We're so diverse. We have a lot of people who play. We're losing participation rates on the adults as well as on the youth. And we're actually losing some women participation rates in certain parts of the country. So there's so many more things that we can do. And I want it to be more inclusive, not exclusive. So we have to, I don't know where to start. There's so many issues to address if I become president, but we have to make sure that even our coaches have more access to different licenses. We have to address the pay-to-play system, and we have to reach out to our underprivileged communities and our underrepresented communities. So we have to have more outreach programs. I will address gender equity within the Federation. Obviously, that's something I've been fighting for 20 years. And when I say gender equity, that's what I've seen and struggled with. Trying to negotiate 5 different CBAs with the Federation. But it goes across the board with equity, like I said, with age discrimination, with sexism. So there's a lot of issues I would address right away. I'd get rid of the lawsuits and settle the lawsuits right away and be done so that we can all move forward. Right now we're so divided, and it's hard to feel the excitement and the passion and the love for the game when we're all fighting and we're so divided. So we all need to come together as a soccer community, and we all have to be kind of under one umbrella.
So 8 candidates. Why are you the one? Why are you the one that everyone should vote for?
Well, everybody talks about change. I hear it time and time again. We need change. What person is better to force change than myself? I've had a history of 20 years of fighting these injustices, fighting inequities, of going against the grain, of not being afraid to speak out. What you see right now with many of the candidates, it's political jargon. It's saying the right thing, but they don't have a history of backing it up. I've been a voice for the people. I've been a voice for the people without a voice, who feel like they don't have a voice.
Right.
And I'm somebody who represents the people. I don't want to see any more dictatorship from offices in Chicago making demands and decisions about the game, who don't get into the trenches and talk to the people. So what makes me a great candidate is I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to talk to everybody. I don't think I have all the answers. I call that the senile syndrome, where you think you have all the answers to every problem. Nobody does. There's not one single candidate who has all of the answers to every single issue that we are faced with, and that's why we have to come together as a soccer community, and we have to be willing to listen to the adult leagues, to the youth leagues, and that's what I know I can do, is I can assemble a great team of executives, and I can bring people together and rely on the intelligence and the experience that already exists within the game.
Perfect. Well, good luck. We will see you in Orlando.
Absolutely. Thank you, Duncan.